In the modern world of TikTok, YouTube, and all other social media, we seem to be bombarded with influencers and their many tips, life hacks, and opinions, some of which is certainly helpful. But there are also some of their thoughts that, well, may be detrimental. And after starting my own YouTube journey 2 years ago, I can now say that I have worked hard to stop comparing myself to health influencers. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of good things that health influencers do. They teach us how to exercise, help us make simple and healthy meals, show us the latest studies on health and wellness, and much more. This is all great stuff. But I have found myself in a very interesting place with my own content creation journey. You see, first of all, I've never really been one to enjoy much time behind a camera. And funny enough, now I've been doing YouTube for 2 years and I'm actually still really enjoying it. But my YouTube career did not begin with a nice health and wellness and fitness journey. On the contrary, it began from a place of sickness. A little over 3 years ago, I suddenly became very ill and was later diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome. Now, before I got sick, I wouldn't say that I was the epitome of health and fitness. Let me say it again to be clear. Before I got sick, I do not think that I was the image of health and fitness. I did, however, work pretty hard to stay somewhat healthy and trim. I would run 3 to 5 times a week, and even every day if my schedule allowed. I also did a lot of bodyweight exercises. I ate moderately well, though not perfect, and tried to make decent health decisions. But I was never really the guy that people came to ask questions about health. I certainly got questions about running from time to time, but that's because I feel like I am much more knowledgeable in running than health and wellness in general. But my attention towards my health has skyrocketed since being sick. I'm much more mindful when it comes to what kinds of food I put in my body. I care more about supplements. I care about the kinds of chemicals I introduce into my home. And I do a lot more research in all of these areas. The one piece I still can't manage to work at very well is exercise, just because with chronic fatigue, I'm tired a lot, and there's plenty of days where even a simple 5-minute walk can cause my symptoms to flare. And yet other times, like especially during the summertime when I feel a little bit better, I tend to have a little bit more oomph in my step, and I can push myself just a little bit more. So, all that to say, my exercise is incredibly inconsistent right now. But through all of this, my focus on my health has certainly increased, even if my current circumstances don't necessarily make it look that way. And as this happens, you begin watching more and more people online, and though unintentionally, you start to compare yourself to others. You start thinking things like, why am I talking about health? I'm overweight right now, and this person is shredded. Or, why would anyone want to take health advice from someone who still has a chronic illness? And, am I really qualified to talk about this stuff? All of these questions begin living in my mind rent-free. And it's not that any of these questions are invalid, but what tends to happen is if I think and dwell on these questions too long, it starts to mess with my self-esteem, my confidence, and even just kind of put me in a more stressful state of mind. The reality is that I started this channel, Fitness with an Illness, with the intention of showing people how to perform lightweight and basic exercises even if you don't have much energy. And yet, I have found myself in a position where I can hardly go for a walk, and I can do a handful of push-ups on my knees and still feel winded, and then symptoms start flaring up. So I'm in this very weird place where I want to exercise and I want to help people in my situation, but then so much of what I'm learning about my condition tells me I need to take a step back and to rest and allow my body the time to recognize it's safe and to slowly, keyword slowly, reteach it that exercise is not dangerous. And so what I'm learning and teaching myself through all of this, and reminding myself constantly, is that this channel is meant for the people who are sick, like me. For those who don't have it all together. It's for the people who are frustrated with their weight, but who know that part of their weight issue is their chronic illness itself, or even medication that they are on to manage their condition. It's for the people who struggle to simply get out of bed, the people who miss out on family get-togethers, big life events, and even everyday simple joys because of their chronic illness. I make these videos not for myself, but for others. For people just like me who need a little bit of encouragement when they are in the middle of the trenches trying to fight for better health. So they can be told just one more time to keep moving and walking in the right direction. To try one more diet, one more supplement, one more exercise, one more treatment, because the next one may be the one that gives them their life back. Tomorrow could be the day that leads to breakthrough, the day they find something that actually works, and maybe, just maybe, I've got the smallest chance of playing a minimal part in that journey for someone else. Health influencers have their own very important part to play in this world, and to give us goals to strive towards. But there are also people like me, who are here to tell you to keep going even when it gets hard. To stop comparing your journey to those around you. To take your story one day at a time and inch by inch get closer and closer to better health. And I am perfectly okay with this. I am learning very slowly to stay in my own lane. I want to relieve myself of any pressure from myself or social media or others and simply do what I feel like I've been called to do right now. And I hope that you'll do the same. Let go of those expectations that you've placed on yourself or that have been placed there by others. Just focus on your own journey and every single day take small baby steps towards improving your health as you go. Control what you can control, as my old boss used to say. Stay focused on the things that you can control and leave everything else behind. I hope this was an encouragement to you, my friends. Please take care, God bless, and we will see you in the next one. Adios.